It's Wednesday, May 29th, 2024 at 12:27 p.m. right now, and World of T-Shirts is not posted since Monday at 8 a.m., and we have the same local time. I am highly concerned about him. So there were some rumors that Josh has dropped Michael Quinn, which would normally be a good thing. You want Josh to not be around Michael Quinn because we all seem to think that Michael Quinn is taking advantage of Josh, getting him drunk and taking his money and things of that nature. This is all allegedly, of course. We don't know if Michael Quinn is actually doing that, but it's a common thread that people think that this is happening. And Michael Quinn has denied it, but we all have seen Michael Quinn use the N word. And we know that Josh uses the N word frequently. When he said N word, I'm from Brownsville. And that's a thing that, like, Michael Quinn, if he wanted to mentor Josh, should be teaching him, not to do that and helping him get sober. Now, Josh, on Sunday, lost his glasses in an Uber and claims that the Uber stole the glasses and that he's going to sue them. Now, can't sue over a $200 piece of glasses unless they actually did steal them. And of course, optometrists wouldn't have been open on Monday for the most part. He could have gone to an ophthalmologist and gotten an eye exam to see if everything was okay, but he probably didn't. Um, he actually went to some sort of boat in New York City on Monday, and he had drank a Mike's Hard Grape at 8 a.m. after literally spending 24 hours getting plastered. Now, that can be the signs of end stage addiction and things of that nature. The last thing Josh posted was about 50 hours ago, and it was a video of him saying, "Guess what company?" And it's the French Safelite commercial. And he's been very interested in that, and I actually think the French Safelite commercial is kind of cool, just because it's French and whatever. It's a different from Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. You can have it in French. It's kind of cool, but I'm worried about him. He does have his DJing gig tonight. Um, he did go last week, and it apparently went pretty well. He live streamed for a bit, made a bunch of money, and then people are getting rude, and that's what happens when he live streams. People are rude, and it's really unfortunate that that happens. I am highly worried, though, not about his safety from live streaming or even DJing. I'm worried about his safety from alcohol, and if he went into alcohol withdrawal. Alcohol withdrawal is one of two drugs, not medications, but drugs. The other being benzodiazepine, um, that can kill you if not withdrawn from properly with a taper. And if Josh ran out of money, ran out of alcohol, stopped being able to get alcohol, and went cold turkey over the last 48 hours, he may have ended up with some severe symptoms that would have started about 6 hours after his last drink. His last drink that we've seen was at 8 a.m. on Monday. So 2 p.m. on Monday would have been when things would have started, but they get worse about 48 hours after your last drink. And that's the part where you can start shaking, potentially have a seizure, potentially have delirium tremors. And I've gone through things like this. I'm not a doctor, but I have gone through alcohol withdrawal. I chose to just quit drinking alcohol last April 5th and just literally just didn't taper off or anything, just went from going on a 3-day bender to nothing. And I went through the shaking, the visual and auditory hallucinations, and it was not fun. And I should have gone to a doctor, but I didn't. And I don't think Josh would have people in his life who would tell him to go to a doctor if he has stopped drinking. Now, the other thing is if he's continued drinking, um, there's been drink trackers and people have been tracking the drinks, and he's had his BAC up to an estimated 0.38. Now, the thing is, though, people who are in active addiction can actually process alcohol a little bit faster, at 1.15 drinks per hour as opposed to one. But that's because the liver basically just puts everything into dealing with the alcohol. But if you drink a drink an hour for 24 hours, you've had a BAC of your BAC of one drink for an entire hour. So it's not good, or for an entire day. It's not the end of the world. It's not good for you, But if your BAC is 0.38, and remember, fatal is about 0.38 to zero point 0.4 in general. Zero point 0.4 is almost the risk of death is almost always fatal. Uh, but the thing there is, Josh needs to have people who are telling him, stop drinking slowly, and to make sure that if he is drinking, let's let's just say he's having 15 standard drinks a day. Maybe he goes to 13, then 12. Maybe then he goes down to 10, then 7, then 5, 4, 3, 2, has a drink, has a drink the next day, and then goes off. Have a drink the next day, then the next day, gets his BAC down to 0 slowly so that he doesn't have any fatal issues. But if he continues drinking at the rate we saw him over the weekend, there's also the possibility that he could have a fatal reaction to the alcohol, which would be a huge problem. I have seen that he was live streaming with Mr. Bass. There's some like clips going around. I haven't seen the whole thing. And if he swapped Michael Quinn from Mr. Bass, I don't think that's a good swap, but like it's a thing that happened. The thing about Josh is that everybody around him encourages the drinking behavior, encourages the behavior of running an illegal tour, which that's a whole other thing. I actually don't care about him running an illegal tour. I because like I don't like the Department of Taxation and Finance because like why does New York City need more money? Can we use more of New York City's money on the rest of the state, please? Thank you. But that's a different thing for a different day. Moving on with Josh, I'm also worried that because of the way his following has been built around him drinking lately, and his views are all high when he has posts his drinks, it's very, very astonishing to, or not astonishing, it's very, very likely that if he comes back to posting, it's going to be him posting drinks and drinks and drinks because he'll have lost 2.5, 3 days of views from new content for him, and that now he doesn't post minute long videos, and on TikTok you can't monetize things that are under a minute long, specifically 61 seconds long is the minimum. And it's going to be interesting to see how he does. I think he cares more about getting the exposure so that he can get people to pay for him on Cameo. He has a Cameo that costs, I'm going to double check this, but I know he has like he runs a sale for like $25.99 or something like that. Uh, Joshua Block Cameo. All right, Joshua Block, aka World of T-Shirts Cameo. He has a 2.43 rating. Birthday, graduation, pep talk, roast, advice, question, other for $35. Average video duration is 3 seconds. Oh my! And um he does usually have times where it's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, because like some of his cameos are just awful, and you just look at it and you're like, oh no, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? Can he stop? And he doesn't. I know he had that one incident where the cameo where he called somebody a slur. He claimed he didn't know that it was a slur, but I don't think he didn't know it was a slur, and Michael Quinn did the whole thing. And by moving on to Cameo, um, and moving on to the Cameo and everything, he's just like, eh. Or like I have a Cameo. I've done two cameos, and apparently I'm under sports reporters, which is kind of cool. I'm under. They categorized me as a sports reporter, which does make sense because I have made videos about sports. I'm actually probably going to make a video about Angel Hernandez later. But Josh's cameo, Josh's cameo. Let me go back to him. I think it just has celebrity. I think it just says home creators, influencers, TikTok. Yeah. In some of these reviews. $5. I am $3 to message because I don't want people to be messaging me rude things. Uh, Here. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about the world of t-shirts, cameo reviews, because like that's something that he makes money. If he makes $35 per cameo, that can and you can get your cameo money right away. That helps him to move money into his account for his drinking, and it's not good. I do hope that he can stop drinking. He has 568 reviews as an average of 2.43 stars. I am highly concerned about what's happening with him. It needs to be he needs an intervention, but there's nobody in his life that will do an intervention. I don't know how to get through to him that the drinking's hurting him, that the cameo is actually hurting him by taking the money out right away. What he should do is let it build up. Like let's say he gets 10 cameos in a week. That's $350. If he gets 100 cameos in a week, that's 3,500. He was the number one cameo or number three cameo at one point. And then the tours, the money gets spent basically immediately. You spend the money, you send them, I think it's a $30 deposit and then $20 cash when you get there. So $50 for a tour, and he just uses it on drinks. He'll buy you a drink with your own money. So yeah, the drink is included, but it's not really included. It's worrisome to me what's going on with him. Uh, so yeah, somebody just posted the World of Alcohol spreadsheet. Let's go ahead and look at that. He had 12 standard drinks for a high BAC of 0.36 and an average BAC of zero point 0.3. Oh dear. If he continues at that rate, he'll probably be at zero point 0.4 at some point, which is incredibly unhealthy and fatal usually. So hopefully Josh can get help, but I don't think there's anybody who will help him. And I'm sure he'll look at this video if he sees it and be like, "You're just a troll." I'm like, "No, I'm concerned about you, Josh. You are you are in a very bad state, and you need help. So please go ahead and get that help. Thanks."